Rudianto Kartiko. You can call me Rudy.
I am Muhammad Diki Fernando. You can call me Diki.
And me, Fauzan Desa Fatur Rahman, you can call me Fauzan.
We are from Group 6.
Alright, so enjoy to our journey. So do you know Summarecon Bekasi?
Yes, of course, I know.
Alright, Summarecon Bekasi is really beautiful mall. How do you think about that?
Yes, I agree with you. Summarecon Mall Bekasi is the biggest mall in Bekasi. What do you think, Mas Fauzan?
I think it's just a place and it's big.
Alright, so you can buy so many things there. Alright, whatever you want, you can buy over there.
Okay, so right now we are going to explain about our final exam, that is linguistic exam at Summarecon Mall Bekasi. Let's check it out.
Alright, enjoy to our explanation.
It's me, Taufik Rudianto Kartiko. I would like to explain the sample 4. That is, please do not sit on the stairs. Mohon tidak duduk di tangga. It's going to be explanation in pragmatic linguistics. This sign is commonly found in public places, such as shopping malls, campuses, office buildings, and other shared facilities. It is usually placed downstairs cases where people may feel comfortable sitting resting, waiting for friends, or even gathering in groups. At first glance, the message looks very simple and straightforward. However, behind this short sentence, there are important linguistic and pragmatic meanings that influence how people behave in public spaces. The sign uses both language and visual placement to communicate a social role. It does not merely give information, but it actively guides people on what they should and should not do. This shows that public signs function as tools of social control, helping institutions manage safety, order, and comfort for everyone. Pragmatic analysis. From pragmatic perspective, design performs a directive and prohibitive speech act. The speaker, which in this case represents the institution or authority managing the building, directly instructs people not to sit on the stairs. The message is not a suggestion, but a rule that is expected to be followed. Even though the sign uses polite language, the intention behind it is clearly authoritative. The phrase "mohon tidak duduk" function as often as common. In Indonesia culture, the word mohon expresses politeness, respect, and consideration for the reader. It raises the hardness of the prohibition and helps prevent negative emotional reactions such as annoyance or resistance. However, pragmatically, the politeness does not weaken the count. The illusionary force of the sign remains wrong because it appears in institutional context. People generally understand that signs in public spaces carry rule and regulation. Therefore, readers are more likely to accept and obey the message without questioning it. Context is also crucial and also important in interpreting the sign. Staircases in public buildings are designed for movement, not for sitting. When people sit on stairs, several pragmatic problems may arise. They can block pedestrian movement, they can disrupt accessibility, especially for elderly people, children, or individuals with disabilities. They can create safety risks during emergencies such as evacuation. Because of this risk, the signs serve a preventive function. It aims to stop problematic behavior before it happens. The expected precautionary effect is compliance, meaning people will stay down or choose another place to sit. Importantly, this compliance is expected to occur voluntarily, without the need for verbal warning or enforcement. In summary, from a pragmatic point of view, the sign successfully balance politeness and authority. It delivers clear prohibition while maintaining social harmony, making it an effective tool for regulating behavior in public space. Alright, so thank you. So it's gonna be the next explanation.
So, I am Muhammad Diki Fernando. I would like to explain a semiotic analysis of public sign commonly found in a shopping malls, which reads, "Mohon tidak duduk di tangga," or "Please do not sit on the stairs." This analysis focuses on denotation, connotation, and myth, based on semiotic theory. At first glance, this sign may seem simple and straightforward. However, from a semiotic perspective, it communicates more than just a rule. The sign combines visual symbols, language, and color to regulate behavior in public space. It is placed on staircase inside a mall, a location where people often pause, sit, or gather. Therefore, the sign functions not only as information, but also as a social control mechanism within an urban environment. At the denotative level, the meaning of the sign is very clear and literal. The sign shows a pictogram of a person sitting on stairs. A diagonal line crossing the image which universally signs prohibition. Text written in both Bahasa Indonesia and English. A red background with white text which increases visibility and urgency. Literally, the sign means that sitting on the stairs is not allowed. There is no hidden meaning at this level, only a direct instruction aimed at all visitors. At the connotative level, the sign carries deeper social and cultural meanings. First, the sign implies safety and order. Stairs are meant for movement, not for resting. Sitting on stairs may cause congestion, accidents, or block emergency pathway. Second, the word mohon, meaning please, softens the prohibition. Although the message is straight, politeness is used to reduce resistance and encourage voluntary compliance. This reflects Indonesian cultural values that prioritize courtesy and respect, even in authoritative message. Third, the sign communicates discipline in public space. Visitors are expected to behave appropriately and respect shared facilities. The mall positions itself as a controlled, orderly environment where personal behavior must align with collective comfort. At the level of myth, the sign represents broader social ideologies. Firstly, it reinforces the myth of public discipline. Modern urban space require individuals to follow rules to maintain harmony and efficiency. Secondly, the sign reflects the ideology of efficiency and mobility. Urban design prioritizes smooth circulation over personal confidence. Sitting on stairs is seen as disturbing the flow of movement. Lastly, the sign promotes the idea of collective responsibility. Individual comfort should not interfere with public safety, accessibility, or order. Everyone is responsible for maintaining a functional shared space. In conclusion, this sign is more than a simple prohibition. Through semiotic analysis, we can see that it communicates rules and safety at the denotative level, politeness, authority, and discipline at the connotative level. Urban values such as order, efficiency, and collective responsibility at the mid level. This shows how every design silently shapes behavior and reflects social values in modern public space.
Alright, right now I am Fauzan. I would like to explain about linguistic landscape point. From a linguistic landscape perspective, the sign "Mohon tidak duduk di tangga, please do not sit on the stairs" can be categorized as top-down signage, as it is produced by an authoritative institution, namely mall management, rather than by individual members of the public. As an institutional artifact, the sign functions not only as a practical means of conveying information but also as a visible expression of power, regulation, and control over behavior in a public commercial space. The use of Bahasa Indonesia as the primary language reflects its dominant status as the national and official language in Indonesia. This choice positions local visitors as the main target audience and reinforces the legitimacy of Bahasa Indonesia as the default medium for public instructions and regulations. In the linguistic landscapes of the mall, Bahasa Indonesia symbolizes local identity, social order, and institutional authority. Its prominence on the sign indicates that compliance with the rule is framed within locally recognized norms and expectations, making the directive socially binding for domestic audiences. At the same time, the inclusion of English as a secondary language serves both functional and symbolic purposes. Functionally, English ensures that the message is accessible to international visitors, expatriates, or tourists who may not understand Bahasa Indonesia. This reflects the mall's awareness of linguistic diversity and its attempt to maintain order and safety among a heterogeneous population. Symbolically, English represents globalization and modernity, positioning the mall as a cosmopolitan space that aligns with international standards. The presence of English enhances the mall's global image and suggests opens to transnational mobility and multicultural interaction. Overall, the bilingual and multimodal nature of the sign illustrates how linguistic landscapes in commercial public spaces are carefully designed to negotiate between local authority and global accessibility. The sign not only communicates a role but also constructs the mall as an organized, modern, and internationally oriented environment. Through its language choices and visual elements, the sign contributes to the shaping of social behavior, reinforces institutional control, and reflects the complex interaction between language, power, and space in contemporary urban settings.
Got it? Understood? You see? That's all our explanation. See you. Bye bye.